Excuse me, miss. Can I ask you a couple of questions about ethics?
Well, that should be...
Okay, good. Imagine the scenario. You're at a party and you meet a man who services government contracts in your field, and you both come from the same hometown. As a DOD employee, can you accept his invitation to go boating?
Well, under normal circumstances...
Well, let's just assume that you've already accepted the invitation. Is it okay for you to show your appreciation by bringing a gift?
Oh, that shouldn't be a problem.
And what if the conversation turns to your employment plans after your military career?
That could definitely be a problem. As a service member...
Did you know that as a service member, you have to be careful of situations that seem harmless,
yes,
but that
actually I did.
You did?
Yes, I work for the Legal Affairs Office. It's my job.
You do? Well, there you have it. If you're in an uncertain situation, contact your Legal Affairs Office. They have the answers. Miss, whew, that's a fine, fine animal you've got there.
Good girl.
Now, your extended and Travel Cities forecast from the AFN Weather Center. If you'd like to see the weather forecast for your hometown during one of our broadcasts, email your rank, name, unit, duty location, and hometown to hometown@afwa.af.mil. Hometown@afwa.af.mil. Today's hometown forecast come from Staff Sergeant David Noriega, who's stationed in Misawa Air Base in Japan. He's from El Paso, Texas. And Lois Contreras, stationed at Camp Zama, Japan. She's from Corpus Christi, Texas. That's your extended forecast. I'm Staff Sergeant Darren Hughes.
Lieutenant Commander Jesse Jr. Taylor's Navy career spanned 3 wars. It culminated over North Vietnam in 1965. On November 17th, Taylor was searching for the pilot of a downed A-4E Skyhawk near Haiphong. Suddenly, Taylor's Skyraider was hit by anti-aircraft fire. Taylor pressed on and spotted the pilot still in his parachute harness in shallow water. He repeatedly attacked the North Vietnamese gun sites, trying to cover the approaching rescue helicopter. When he could no longer ignore the flames in the wing of his Skyraider, he elected to ditch in the Gulf of Tonkin. Just as he reached the coast, the fire took what remained of his wing. Taylor was killed before he could bail out. Lieutenant Commander Jesse Jr. Taylor, his selfless determination, no matter what the risk, is in the best tradition of our military heritage.
This spot lies only a few miles from our bustling nation's capital, and it is one of Washington's best-kept little secrets. Its name is Great Falls. Created by the rushing waters of the Potomac River, the falls has produced one of the region's most diverse and fragile ecosystems. The barrens of rock bed shaved by rushing waters, the calmer ponds of the higher plateaus, the lush green carpet of the river's floodplain, all create a web of natural harmony, supporting myriad species of plants and animals. Bemoaned in the past for blocking river commerce to Washington, Great Falls is admired today as one of Washington's most beautiful sights.
$13 million to recapture the top spot at the box office.
On the next edition of Pacific Report, see how pilots at Kunsan, South Korea practice responding to agents. We'll find out that the way pilots take off their chemical warfare gear is almost as important as the way they put it on. And we'll visit a special kind of museum in Tokyo, see what the Trigart Museum has to offer military families in Japan. We'll have these stories and much more on our next edition as we bring the Pacific Command to the world on the next Pacific Report.
With the Federation at war, Cisco is forced to choose.
You've got to make a decision. You are either the emissary or a Starfleet captain. You can't be both.
But what will be the ultimate price?
I failed as the emissary. And for the first time in my life, I failed in my duty as a Starfleet officer.
The season finale of Star Trek Deep Space Nine, AFN Friday.
The Whimsical World of Working, AFN Thursday.
You guys, this is it. Oh, let's see. This is the dress I want for the dance. I'm so psyched for this.
Cool. I don't even want to go. You look great in that color. It's really hot.
Why don't you want to go, Megan?
Because Michael keeps asking me to have sex, and I don't know what to say.
You mean like how to say no without hurting his feelings?
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Just say something like, I really care about you, Michael, but I'm just not ready for that.
I say, look what time it is. I have to get home.
Just say, no, I've decided it's not a good idea for me right now.
I'm sorry.
When you think about it, there are a number of good ways to say no to having sex. You just need to find the one that's right for you.
I wish you were going to the dance, Megan.
So what are you going to do about Michael?
I'm going to say no. N-O.
Good.
Good.
All right, guys.
I've always wanted to have a baby, but I never knew how much responsibility was involved until Michael came along. Babies cry a lot. They depend on us for everything. And diapers. Having children is something I want, but not until I'm older and ready for the responsibility. Until then, I'm just happy being an aunt.
Be responsible with your life until you're ready to be responsible for someone else's.
You're watching AFN Pacific, a service of AFRTS.
Tonight on Pacific Report, training in the Pacific, Carrot 99.